I think it's always it's a reoccurring story that you hear all the time. And
Mhm.
I just don't think it's ever going to change because of nature, the nature of human beings,
Okay.
especially within the context of competition jiu-jitsu,
Mhm.
like, so I'm going to start first and foremost by saying I am not a doctor. I am not an expert. So whatever my opinion is on this is my opinion based on my experience with it. So if you have any issues or if you are hurting in any way, shape, or form, I highly recommend you see a doctor. All right, so I just want to say that. Um, I think what happens a lot with injuries is it could be for several factors. One, training environment. So what kind of
Mhm.
academy are you in? What kind of professor you have?
Yeah.
You know, is he does he care, not care? Is it old school hardcore, uh, train until you die, don't quit, don't tap kind of environment, or is it an environment that's a little bit more controlled and catered towards safety? So it all starts, I think, in my mind, with the academy you train at and the professors that run it. So,
So it's really it's culture. It
mhm,
comes from the culture.
yes, you need to definitely culture.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that will definitely dictate, the rate of injuries you're going to have in your academy. I'm like to I do have a sense of pride that, in 10 years that I've had the Body of Four team and Body of Four Academy and now Yorkdale Martial Arts, I've had very, very minimal catastrophic injuries like massive knee reconstructions or shoulders or neck like surgeries. Very, very, very minimal. I mean, injuries do happen, and there have been a few severe injuries, but like I said, I've managed to keep that to a minimum because of the culture that I built of the safety first, always safety
Yep.
first. And I explain this to my novices. I talk to my competitive guys and everybody in between about, establishing a stay safe environment in our training so we can train regularly and train often and improve. Now, the other issue we have is the tough guy mentality. And I mean, it happens and it's hard. It's hard to let go because of the nature of the addiction that is jiu-jitsu rolling, right? We all know, we joke about, oh, you got the bug and this and that. It's an addiction, a healthy one, but it is an addiction because of the kind of chemicals that releases in your brain and your body that makes it so, right? That's why so many people get like insanely, involved in it. It's because of the
I
feelings,
forgot which hormones it was.
the feeling
Whether
that
it's
you
like
get, right?
oxytocin, dopamine, yeah.
Yeah,
Like no,
dopamine.
like between the chemical release, all that stuff. Like, I forgot
Yeah.
which one is associated with proper reward, like or versus the one like just accomplish something, a big deal. But jujitsu
I
like
believe it's
hits
dopamine.
all those receptors.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So
And so when you're so highly addicted to something and you get injured, and even now, like with this pandemic, you can see how, my goodness, it's driving people nuts, right? And I think people can relate to that, and that when you get injured, people can't stand, especially like the super crazy addicted ones who love competition and love training. They want to get back on the mat as quickly as possible, even sometimes, you know, jeopardizing getting hurt further. So as soon as they feel okay, they jump right back in, or they are injured and get right back in, and regardless that they're injured or not. So I think that definitely it's hard. It's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to let go. I am 100% guilty of this behavior when I was younger.